Picture this. A mother so terrified of her own son, she rolls him face down in the dirt, snaps a padlock around his ankle, and buries the key. Because if he ever clawed back from the grave, he might not come back alone. Fast forward to July 2022. In the village of Pień, Poland, archaeologists lift the soil and hit 3 graves that look straight out of a nightmare. Children, all under 10. Skeletons buried stomach down, their ankles shackled by iron padlocks, still shut 3 centuries later. The cemetery lies on a hill above the Oder, farmland tilled for generations. Just beneath the plows, bones and locks. The first skull surfaced, mouth open, frozen in a scream no one ever heard. By its foot, a lock with no key. 2 meters down, another. Same pose, same lock. Then a third. No adults, no rosaries, no coins for St. Peter. Just children and iron. Dr. Dariusz Polinsky had one word: apotropaic. A burial meant to stop something from coming back. Normally, kids lay on their backs, hands crossed, coins for passage. But flip them face down, the soul gets lost. Add a padlock, the soul can't even leave. The graves date to 1650, 1750, a time when Poland was collapsing under war, famine, plague. The Swedes invaded and called it the deluge. And it was. Villages torched, fields salted, people scattered, then hunger, then disease, and rumors, kloppy upiór, peasant vampires who brought fever and fed on their neighbors. Priests wrote about corpses dug up, iron stakes hammered through ribs. But one grandmother must have whispered, "Why pierce the chest when you can just lock the door?" Folklore even had a name for child vampires, poronione duce, souls of the unbaptized or fever-struck who slipped straight into demonhood. If a child died suddenly, parents might stage a secret zaboban ritual, mixing folk magic with prayers they barely remembered. Padlocks weren't rare in graves, but never so many, never so small. Pień looks like a village where fear spoke louder than grief, and the fear wasn't just vampires, it was witches. Poland burned more than almost anywhere in Europe. In Doruchow, 60 kilometers away, 8 women went to the flames because children coughed and cows soured. Their judges were the same men who told families how to bury suspected vampires. Witch or vampire, it didn't matter. The message was the same. Someone among us kills without touching. The children of Pień carried that message in their bodies. Teeth marked with hunger stripes, bone scars from anemia, graves dug shallow at twilight, rough corners, no coffins, locks ripped from barn doors, snapped shut and left to rust. Panic made flesh, parents whispering, praying, but mostly locking. In Poland, children weren't angels or sinners. They were question marks. Die before communion, and you're unfinished. Easy prey for the devil. Some mourners scattered poppy seeds so a child vampire would waste eternity counting them. A padlock was the next step, a literal keep out sign nailed to the soul. The tragedy isn't strangers feared these kids. It's that their own parents did. Centuries later, the locks turned into legend. Under foreign rule, vampire tales became code for oppression. Padlocked children turned into tragic figures in plays. People left flowers, even toy padlocks, as lucky charms. By 1918, the story was rewritten for kids' books. The locks became magical keys to heaven. Today, locals still avoid the site after dark. They say flowers won't grow there. The bones were moved, reburied. But one lock sits in a museum case in Torun, and visitors slip coins beneath it, just in case fear isn't really dead, just sleeping. So why padlock a child? Because in 17th century Poland, death wasn't the end of the danger. Sometimes it was the beginning. War, plague, famine, all proof the world could flip overnight. And when fear drowns love, even a cradle can start to look like a weapon. The locks have rusted away, but the warning lingers. When we fear our own dead, what we're really doing is locking up part of ourselves. If this left you cold in the ribs, hit like so the algorithm knows you want more nights like this. Drop a comment. What ritual rattles you more, the padlock, the sickle, or something whispered in your own hometown? And check the description, where you'll find deeper reads on Polish vampires and, if you're curious, a replica medieval padlock you can actually click shut. Affiliate link, no garlic required.